Hello everybody, my name is Aaron Collins and this is another rendition of me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. So I was in downtown LA yesterday and I went to a 7-Eleven at 7th and Broadway, and the sight that I saw was quite appalling. When I walked in, it was a black man and a black woman arguing, and they were calling each other bitches, hoes. He was really going in on her, but then she started going back in on him. As a matter of fact, she was saying things to him that were quite degrading, as far as calling her, calling him a bitch. He called her one first. But she was saying stuff to the effect of basically talking about his financial status and saying he's broke and she'll give him a couple of dollars in a degrading type of way. And at one point, she even threw some change on the floor. He's still running his mouth as well. Neither one of them are helping the situation. But anyway, when she threw the change on the floor, she started saying stuff like, "I bet you'll pick it up once I leave," which he didn't actually. Someone else he was with did. But back to the focus. She said something to the effect of, "I'd give you something else if you get on all fours," to which everyone in the store erupted in laughter. So I thought about that whole scene, and I think to myself, because she and her friends have left the store. He, on the other hand, is still there running his mouth, saying he'll get the change, and is just basically just saying a lot of stuff. He had some beta male type tendencies, but she didn't really help the situation either. Like I said, I walked into the store, they were arguing. I don't know what they were arguing about, but they were both degrading each other. When I walked outside the store, I saw a group of other black men. They were just giggling and laughing about it. And I think to myself, what happened? What is going on with us as a people? Another thing I wanted to mention, something else I wanted to hit on. The BET Awards just wrapped up here in LA, and so many incidents happened a few incidents I wanted to mention happened that are associated with. One of the first incidents I heard of was a young man named Safaree, who was a former beau of Nicki Minaj, got into it with some of Meek Mill's guys. Allegedly, Meek Mill and his guys jumped Safaree for whatever reason is unknown to me. And so that's still going on. Apparently Meek Mill and the game are still with their issue. But Safaree said that he wanted to meet Meek Mill and one-on-one for a fight. Then in another incident, the Migos either got into it with Chris Brown or they got into it with Joe Budden. I saw some clips on TMZ of the Migos, Chris Brown, Future, DJ Khaled. They were involved in whatever squabble they were involved in. But I saw an interesting interview segment that Joe Budden was conducting with the Migos. At the end of the interview, the Migos got up in a threatening stance, like they were about to fight. So I think to myself, what was that all about? But one thing I wanted to mention, I asked him this question: what has come of us as a people? It's like, even when we're successful, as those as you would know, these guys won obviously on the BET Awards, so they were successful, obviously doing something. They have albums, but even with success, it's like you still have the street mentality. And I asked myself this question: what is with that? Why are these guys still with the street mentality, wanting to fight and wanting to act out the way that these guys were? I've done videos on Chris Brown before, and it seems like he's always involved in some kind of altercation. But this is not about Chris Brown. I'm not picking on Chris. My thing is this: that even once again, I mentioned, even when we're successful, you still can't get rid of a certain element. And I asked myself this question: what is going on with us mentally as a people? Why is it that these negative behaviors keep continuing to attach themselves to us? Especially on a platform that's supposed to be for black people. Now, I realize BET is no longer owned by black people, might be run by black people, but for those who you don't know, the founder of BET, Robert Johnson, sold his shares of BET to Viacom many years ago. Viacom is the same company that owns Paramount Pictures, MTV, Nickelodeon, companies like that. I recently read an article that Oprah was wanting to buy BET, so we'll see what happens with that. But my question is this: what has become of our people that they still have to seem to act out, still have to do these self-destructive behaviors, and not just on the stage, but just in regular life, such as I mentioned in the 7-Eleven store? Why is it that we can't seem to love each other? It's that same self-hate that has us up in arms on things over trivial stuff, petty stuff that really could seemingly be worked out. Now, I'm not professing to be an expert on this, but it is a question. It seems like it's attributed to us. So I just wanted to know these things. I wanted to just mention this because I find it quite disturbing. And like I said before, I want the best for us. I want the best for our people. I want us to go back to being king and queen minded like we were, instead of the peasant minds that we currently have. So like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And let me know what you think, everybody, because this is serious. This is very serious. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Remember, God loves you, I love you, so let's do life.